I appreciate
Oh, indeed. Okay, we're live there on YouTube and Facebook. Just waiting for a couple more seconds to go live on Instagram. And we should be in the house, Levi. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. Indeed. And for sure, fun stuff. Okay.
You're moving. I'm not moving.
You're not moving, huh?
There we go. Okay, it's a little bit of a delay there.
A little delay. What's up, everybody? How are you? Thank you for joining us. And hey, it is February now. Gosh, already February. So excited that this month has gotten off to a decent, interesting, unique, very
frigid,
snowy and frigid start thus far. I tell you what, I guess it really started in January, right? But it's just lasted forever, right?
Yeah.
Well,
we're gonna warm up with some whiskey.
That's right. Indeed. Well, happy Whiskey Wednesday, everybody. I have the pleasure to once again be joined by a great brother, DMV, born and raised,
as you can well see.
Absolutely.
I'm representing today.
Representing the South Side over here, Southeast Washington, D.C. But he is the owner and the producer of his own wine. Hedon State, folk.
Which way?
That's right. Yeah, which way? Pointing?
That way. To where you got the thingy?
Right there.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. All right. But Levi Daniels, what's up, sir?
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Man, come on, dude. So Levi inspired this tasting. He came in with the first whiskey that we're going to start with. And I said, okay, well, we must do Black History Month Whiskey Wednesday. Just a launching of Black History Month. Also, as we celebrate our anniversary here at Chats Liquors, celebrating 92 years in business here at Chats, the oldest liquor store on Capitol Hill. And it has been in my family for 48 years now. Yep, absolutely. So shout out to my parents, the late, great Bernie Jr., my mom, Ophelia, my grandmother, Maureen, and all the family members who have, and friends and community who have been a part of this run. Almost 5 decades worth, almost a half century worth of a run we've had. And so super excited to be celebrating our anniversary. But gosh, Levi, thank you so much for joining me on this Whiskey Wednesday, man.
Thank you for having me.
Hedon State. So let's just start off with Hedon State, man. What y'all do?
So we are a DC-based wine company. We have 4 varietals available for purchase these days. So we have our red blend. We call it Crimson Crush. It is a Merlot, Cab Franc, Petit Verdot. It is our take on a Right Bank Bordeaux style. We have our amber wine, so Amber Absolute. That is a amber wine made of Petit Manseng, so a white wine that is made like a red. We also have our white wine, which we call Silky Smooth. That is a Vidal Blanc. Very easy on the palate, very easy to drink. And then we also have our, last but not least, is our sparkling rosé of Merlot Glow. And that is beautiful brunch vibes, very easy to drink. That is a crowd favorite, along actually with our white is a crowd favorite when we get out there.
The white, yeah, absolutely. So how long y'all been in business, sir?
So as winemakers, it will be 2 years.
Wonderful.
Well, let's say 3, including the maturation process, but 3 years. And as wine educators for about 6 or 7.
Amazing, man. Well, gosh, kudos to you all.
Thank you.
You and your partner, Mike, right?
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
How's he doing?
He is good. He is running around Baltimore as much as one can. Handling some business up there. And so
getting the work done.
Being down here in the district, I could come and see you and we can have a little fun here.
Absolutely that. Of course, we always have fun with your wines. We have been carrying them for just about a year now.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
absolutely. Indeed. And very impressive, made in Virginia, but taking a stance that's a bit more fun, engaging, eclectic, but so approachable,
user-friendly. Not in collector. I'm sorry.
Not in collector.
Sorry. My bad.
Hilarious. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Cam.
Yes. God bless that
Shout out
brother.
Cam.
God bless that brother.
What's sir? How do you spell that?
NCL. Sorry. Anyway,
Wow.
moving on.
Yeah, hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so of course, I'm sure that you're going to grace us with your presence at some point in time
Oh,
in
for
the near
sure.
future.
Yeah.
Showcasing the Hedon State Wines.
Yes,
It
yes,
is Black
yes,
History Month.
yes.
You are Black owned and produced.
Yeah.
wine
I'm hoping that
company.
it can warm up a little bit so I can convince some people to come on out. But
Yeah,
we're gonna make that happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, in the meantime, in between time, let's get into what we have going on every Wednesday, and that is some whiskey and our Glencairns, right? And so I'm going to, of course, start as I always do with a little bit of a water rinse in my Glencairn. There's a Glencairn there for you as well. There, Levi, of course, a gift up from Lost Whiskey Club. Of course, folks, you can jump on our website. We have our Lost Whiskey Club single barrels. They're rocking and rolling, our cast strength version, as well as our 90 proof expression of single barrel bourbon from the Lost Whiskey Club distillery out there in Fairfax, Virginia. So, of course, we love Lost Whiskey Club. Shout out to Nick, who is a Capitol Hill resident. So it is a Capitol Hill thing, between Nick and Chats. Come on now, Capitol Hill. And also to Mark and Matt out there at Lost Whiskey Club. But grab your bottles at chatsdc.com or come on in. They are on the shelves.
And have it on good authority that they're rather tasty.
Yeah, man,
so just a little birdie told me, a little birdie that actually gave me a sip. So yeah,
that's right. Absolutely. You get the little bird, it sounds like, man. For sure. But yeah, let's get it started. And this is a brand. Let's see how to best position this, because I'm cut off or on the Instagram. I'm gonna figure this out, folks. There we go. That is, I guess, the best we're gonna get. Hopefully on your you can see that on your device. That's good enough, I would say. Okay. Shout out to everybody who has joined us on Instagram. We appreciate you coming on in. So let's go.
So we're going to start with Mercer and Prince here.
Absolutely. So Levi came by. I was like, "What's up, bro? Thought we were gonna be drinking some wine." I'm looking like,
but I know
it's
what
Whiskey
day
Wednesday,
it is.
right? He says, "Man, I came with whiskey today for Whiskey Wednesday."
Because we are multifaceted people.
Indeed.
So it is not only wine here.
For sure, eclectic. Hey, well, cheers, bro.
Cheers. Thank
you. So this is fun stuff. Of course, a Black-owned brand. All these brands are Black-owned. This is ASAP Rocky. And it's Canadian
blended whiskey, right?
Distilled, a Canadian blended whiskey, right? Yeah. Distilled in Canada, distilled in Asian Canada. And it's finished with Japanese Japanese Mizunara casks. And so Japanese Mizunara casks is something that you will find that so many whiskey producers around the world are using. Specifically, some Irish whiskeys that I've had, the Glendalough, there were some Mizunara casks from them. Here in the U.S., the Barrel Bourbon Company done some Mizunara cask finishings, and there have been others. But of course, you find them mostly in some of your Japanese whiskeys, right? Very expensive wood, it is. And it usually imparts a nice structure, but also some fruit tones, right? Kind of maybe a little bit of orchard tone and a level of spice that is pretty neat.
But still simple. I mean, not simple, but just subtle, not too forward.
Yeah.
And I don't. Maybe is it berry notes? I'm not sure, but just a small berry note.
Yeah. It does kind of give me a little bit of or
something that reminds me of
maybe even like a black cherry for me.
Okay. Yeah,
Again, like
I can go
a
with
little
that.
black
I can go with
cherry,
that.
right? A little
It
black
was either gonna be
cherry,
blackberry or like smelling them but not
blackberry,
tasting them.
yeah,
Like if
yeah,
you
yeah,
sniffed it,
yeah.
not actually taste it.
Uh-huh. A little bit of apple for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I'm getting like that black cherry note and some and maybe some Granny Smith apple, just a little whiff of it, right?
Yes, the sharpness.
Yeah. But then the oak is there, some of the vanillins, a little bit of spiciness.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of probably more anise. Maybe not. I don't know, something like
Maybe a
that.
little
Something that would
nutmeg, yeah.
remind you of that.
Okay. Indeed. All right, tasting. Well, I don't know. Well, it smells good. Let's taste it. Find out, right? Mm-hmm.
So a mild sweetness on the kind of on the front palate,
Mm-hmm.
but a roundness of flavor as it rolls back.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very much easy to drink. You get some of the cherry on the finish, not the black cherry that you talk about, but just a regular cherry on the finish.
Absolutely.
Some people that I've talked to do liken it to Crown, but I don't know how close that is.
Really? Okay. Maybe like some of the richness that you get, right? In the mid palate. Now that you mentioned Crown, you know, I also the flavors that they've done, the apple, the blackberry, and that type of thing, it kind of does put you in mind of something in that neighborhood a bit, right?
Okay.
I would have to agree with it for sure. It's how's it going? How are you? Good to see you. So good to see you. Thank you so much. Sorry. No worries. You're good. You're good. It does put you in mind of that. Maybe I haven't had Crown in a long time, but maybe it's a little bit lighter than Crown.
Yes, it is. It is.
There's a nice little freshness that you have here. And a little finesse from that Mizunara cask. Mm-hmm. So the sweetness is maybe dialed back just a bit, right? Yeah, let's give a little go.
I gave myself probably too small of a pour, but we'll make up for that.
I'm over here slow sipping, man. I'm over here slow sipping. But yeah, solid stuff, man.
Yeah.
I think relatively easy drinking. I would say that, you know, I haven't followed this brand as closely. I've had it before though, like in the past. I think it's like a Gallo. Is it a Gallo product? Probably. I know it's at RNDC. I think it's a Gallo product. And so I'm sure that they're working with one of the bigger names as far as the makeup
for sure
of the brand and all. It comes with, to show everybody, it comes with cups on both the top and the bottom, the base of the whiskey.
Let's demonstrate that coolness because it's kind of a transformer.
And I wonder
this one here.
Okay. And that one came off pretty easily.
Let me have this one.
All right.
There you go.
No, do they feel pretty secure when they're on there though? The top one, no. The bottom one, yes. I would. Okay. Yeah, the bottom one. Just probably because it hasn't been taken off as much.
Right, it hasn't been taken off as much.
Yeah, I would say that it has a slightly smaller base, so you wouldn't want that bad boy to topple over once you had a couple drams of it, right? But a neat design for sure. It is plastic.
Yep.
Of course, that I guess helps for you not to break them. Right. But if it was glass, I would be pretty boss. You know, if it was like some crystal. And
I'm sure there'll be some $100
bottle. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. $120
without question.
Yeah. So maybe they'll get to that point. All right. Well, let's rate it. Let's rate the what's it called? The
Mercer
and Prince. Absolutely.
What do I want to rate this one?
Yeah. Please, you rate it first, and I'll.
Oh boy. Because I know I'm usually a softie on this, so I am cool with
out of
being
10 points, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with being in the 7.5, 8 range.
7.5, 8. Okay. We got to pick one.
Let's do 7.5 because I think I think it's a solid whiskey. I don't wanna overhype it. But I think it is a very solid whiskey and definitely worth a buy. At least worth a try. And at the price point, it shouldn't set you back, too much.
Yeah. All right. So 7.5 for Levi.
It's gonna give it a 6. Watch.
No, man, I'm not going to give it a 6. I'll give it a 6.75.
See,
6.75.
gotcha.
I think it's a fine whiskey. I do think that it gives you some of the flavor profiles that you'll get from a vast array of whiskeys, Canadian whiskeys out there, as far as the base whiskey goes. The Mizunara cask finishing.
Nice touch,
I
right?
wonder if it's a little bit more used, right? Not as fresh, or maybe even older,
so
because
not
it
as much
doesn't
of
impart as much of the intensity of the Mizunara and structure as maybe sometimes it can.
Right.
But it keeps it approachable, right? And maybe keeps the folks who are kind of more so in the party mode want to have that for fun, fun time.
Definitely good to share.
Right? Yeah, shareable, super shareable. I mean, they give you 2 cups with it, right?
Right.
Then it fits into that arena, right? So for that, I give it a solid 6.75. It's not something that I think a whiskey aficionado is going to collect. It's more so one of those things. ASAP's doing his thing. Let's party. Let's take it to the Friday night event.
Yeah, you can definitely, if you have a get together, a kickback with your friends and whatnot, you can definitely bring that out, and you won't get very many complaints.
Yeah. I think it'll be a crowd pleaser, right? So yeah, that's our rating of the Mercer and Prince blended Canadian whiskey. Is finished in Japanese Mizunara cask, and it's 80 proof. So that's the other thing about it. It's just 80 proof,
it is not. Yeah. And
it's
I know here on a whiskey window, we do like an overproof. We do like a high proof whiskey. So yeah,
absolutely. Well, Levi gives it a 7.5. I give it a 6.
But I'm usually a softie on these things. So.
Hey man, it's like at 80. It's hard to get over.
I dig it.
And it's 7.25 or 7.5. That's the first one of the better ones.
Gotcha. For
80 proof. It's they're just diluted. They're watered down a little too much.
I got you. I can feel that. I can feel that. I wouldn't disagree.
All right. Well, we're going to move things right along. And we're going to get into some American whiskey next. Okay. Absolutely. And specifically American bourbon. This one is from Louisville, Kentucky. It is made by 3 brothers. They share the last name Yarborough. And so this name comes from their surname, Yarborough. And this is what they call the Brough brothers. Dropping the Y-A-R. Yep. And so Brough Brothers Bourbon Whiskey. Now, this is a house that came out, or a bourbon that came out right in 2020. But for that first year, right in the pandemic. But for the first year, they only sold it in the UK market. I think Victor Yarborough was doing a lot of business over there in the UK. Yeah, that's perfect. He was doing a lot of business over in the UK, and they were bourbon crazy over there already, and so he had already had it set up to be available in the UK market, just because the US market just takes so much more time and attention getting into every state, all the laws, the 3-tier system, that we deal with.
We've learned over the last 2 years.
As someone who has been growing a business, right, within this space, I know you've learned.
We have learned, right? Yeah, a nice little bit of trial by fire.
Yeah. Absolutely. So they started out distilling in very small batches, bourbon, there in Louisville, Kentucky, where they're from. But when they entered into the U.S. market in 2020, as the demand for Black-owned brands just went through the roof, skyrocketed, right? They ended up going and having support from a distillery out of Indiana. It may be MGP, it may be Starlight, or one of the others, but a younger, very approachable juice, but also extremely competitive. As far as
looking at the color of it is definitely leaning to that.
Yep. A lighter color for certain, but a younger whiskey as well. So it was always a little bit more tender, lighter, lower proof, and usually selling right about $30, which I thought at that time especially was good for them, just because that's a competitive marketplace right there at $20. I'm sorry, at $29.99, $30 to $32.99, $34.99. So yeah, let's give it a taste. Shout out to the Yarborough
Absolutely.
brothers with their Brough Brothers straight bourbon whiskey.
Ooh.
82 proof. Now, this has been open for a while. So,
Yeah.
once again, it's light.
It is light, but it reminds me, it's kind of got a floral nature that probably does not sound right for whiskey. But in so much of this light, it has something that gives it a sort of sweetness.
Yeah.
On the nose. I don't know how I would describe that per se.
Yeah. I would say, almost you get a little vanilla, but also if you can imagine we have Edmond's Honor on the table, the orchid, right? The vanilla orchid. So this kind of reminds me of that white floral kind of note. So I get what you mean there. Like almost, the vanilla bean next to a bouquet of orchids.
The orchids.
Yeah.
Now, okay. A fruit, if there was a fruit component, would you say it reminds you of anything like pear? Not that. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. More in the stone fruit, like pear, peachish, type of arena. Maybe a little bit of apricot, but maybe toasted apricot marmalade, something like that.
Yeah.
Right. But definitely a little bit higher pitch. So I see where you get the pear. I think peach would maybe be right in the center. Yep. Maybe like a white peach, a little fuzz. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually not bad aromatically, right? I dig it aromatically. It's fun. A great springtime whiskey as well.
Nope, I get what you're talking about. So, because we had a conversation before off camera. This one has less of the structure that you were talking about. So there's a roundness on the palate. Again, a mild sweetness. You could say maybe it airs caramel, something like that, but it'd be soft, like very soft note on that part.
Indeed.
Super duper easy to drink, but not as much character on this one.
Keep going.
But not quite as much character as some of the other ones that we're going to have down the line.
Keep going.
But let's see. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, let me see. I'm trying to get a little bit more light on the. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't get as much as we got on the nose. I didn't necessarily get on the palate. So I'm not getting all the stuff that we smelled. The floral, maybe that comes across kind of as you're sipping it, it comes back up through the nasal. But all of the things that we smelled aren't necessarily what come through. They kind of come through harmoniously, kind of together, but not necessarily distinct. Where we pick those out, I think, from a tasting standpoint.
Yeah. I think it's very balanced, right?
Yeah.
And the harmony is there. I think the marriage of those flavors are nice. And what I like about it is there is no pitch to it, right? The alcohol folds into it quite nicely. It's 82 proof, right? And
we are still on the lower side. So I know that is not what you fancy.
Yeah, well, we're not going too high tonight. Only 100 proof.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna max out at 100.
Okay.
So it's not too bad at all. But I like Brough Brothers just because it's so clean. While it's a little bit lighter, you're not going to get kind of this heavy duty style of bourbon. They execute this style extremely well. So yeah, on the palate, I just like how tender it is, how easy drinking. Springtime, summertime.
And I'd never thought of a springtime whiskey, but you know what?
Yeah,
this is going to be fun when DC finally warms up. So yes,
there you go.
I'm looking forward to this when the cherry blossoms finally come out.
Absolutely.
In about 2 months. Jesus.
There you go. Man. Absolutely. Not long. It's coming around. But yeah, I think I'll start with the rating on this one. For Brough Brothers, it's simple, but well executed, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because of that, I'm going 7 out of 10.
You know what? I was actually in the same place.
You're in the same place. Nice.
I don't want to, I may need to adjust my rating on the Mercer and Prince. So if I can retroactively adjust it, let's go back down to maybe 7-ish, because I don't want to rate it higher than this one.
Nah, I can't do it, man.
I know, keep it as is, but let's say I do like this in the same way. It does something different than what Mercer is trying to do.
It does. Yep.
But yes, it's a lighter fare, very easy to drink, but at the same time, giving you some dimension that could make this fun for you, or at least interesting for you. It is another one that you take to the kickback. I think, and it is another one that could be a crowd favorite. And I don't know that I want to mix this very much.
Really?
I want to have it neat, but that's me, because I like it. I like the way it tastes, but some other people may want to.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that. I think, just having it as is, having it with a cube, like I say, during springtime, summertime, could be fun. But then having it kind of as a whiskey spritz of some sort, or with kind of a cocktail that will add a little bit of a floral or a bit of a citrus, then it could be so easy. We're talking about paper planes earlier, what have you, for a very high kind of flavor profile, very light expression.
But you know what?
But I probably wouldn't use that as
no, you're right. I wouldn't necessarily use it. You could, but it's going to be a very mild,
very mild, like almost a
whisper of whiskey.
A whisper, yeah. There you go. For a low ABV cocktail, you can use that.
That's what it's gonna be. Yeah,
indeed. But yeah, absolutely. So that's our rating right there. For the Brough Brothers straight bourbon whiskey, 82 proof. Of course, Brough Brothers is located out of Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to the Yarborough brothers. Levi and I, we both give it a 7 out of 10. Indeed. Good start, man. Yeah. Good start to the show.
That's not bad at all.
For sure.
And we're going to what? Alexander James.
Yeah, let's just go ahead, over to the Alexander James next.
So what can you tell us about this
little Chi-Town magic right here?
Oh,
indeed.
I got to visit Chi-Town for the first time last year.
Ah, okay.
So
I had family right outside of Chi-Town. I didn't go as often as I would have liked to, though, to really have the fuller experience, right? But for certain, it is quite the town, man. Quite the town.
Good food,
right? Here, man.
Very good, very good
pizza,
food.
Great vibes,
Yes.
Great atmosphere, and gosh, you hear all of the.
And I love that they have the same sort of. Friendly competition between the various parts of their city as well. You'll have your west side folks and your south side folks talking trash in the same way uptown and south side folks talk trash to each other. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much.
Absolutely. Well,
let's taste some.
You like that?
Yeah, but I went too fast. But yeah, I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay. Well, Jesse Stewart Jr., the owner, founder, producer of the Alexander James bourbon whiskey. He does a bourbon and he does a rye whiskey as well. And he's based out of Chicago. He has a lot of family out here in the DMV area, though. But the neat thing about this production, as I was saying, maybe about the Brough Brothers, Alexander James, when we move on to the Arthur Wheeler, as well as the Edmonds honor, these are all Indiana distilled spirits, right? And then they will bring it to the respective locations and do finishings or other things on it to make them unique. Or they'll just kind of bottle in small batches and it's straightforward. So we definitely do pick up maybe older whiskey here than the Brough Brothers. I think for Brough Brothers, they were touting something quite young. Now, of course, if you are producing a bourbon that's under 4 years, you must state the minimum age of the whiskey. In the Brough Brothers, and at this time, I don't know, it may have changed since then, but it was aged a minimum of 1 year.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so super young.
Exactly. Of course, all bourbons have to be aged in brand new American white oak casks, so they all get brand new American white oak casks. But we jump from minimum 1 year all the way up to minimum 4 year, right? Absolutely. So quite the change in just the barrel intensity
and getting some more of the nuttiness. But I got the alcohol more. I could smell it more.
Yeah.
And it's not that much of a difference in ABV. We're talking 44 versus 42, right? Percentage wise.
Yes. 82 versus 88. Where are we here? Oh yeah, 90. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Alexander James, 90. I can look right up here.
Okay.
Yeah, so from 82 up to 90.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to drop back down to 88, I think, for the author.
They were okay.
Yep.
I transposed those.
Absolutely. But for some reason, I just wanted to have in my head, I think the Arthur Wheeler needs to come after the Alexander James.
Okay.
For some reason in my head. Maybe because it's just a little bit older or it's a little bit rounder or something. I don't know. So let's see what we get though.
So we're still
speaking about the nose, you're thinking just a little bit more spirited, yeah?
I'm definitely able to detect it more on the nose, but other flavors, same as other ones. We're still getting the caramel notes, but we're getting a little bit more nuttiness, I think, on the nose, at least for me. Less of the fruit. Less of that for me. If it is, it'll be something dry. So I mean, we can go to something like apricot if you want, or something like that. Where if this one is white peach, this is certainly not.
Right.
So like not at all.
Yeah, this is definitely more spicy, more toasty.
Are they the ones that char their barrels or no?
So they all will have a barrel char, but different degrees, right? So it's possible that for the first one, they do a lighter char, maybe a level 2 on that one, where now we head into likely level 3.
Okay.
Right. The first one may even be a level 1. I don't know. That's pretty light, so it might be a level 1. So yeah, I just get more spice. Definitely more of the spirited like flavors. You mentioned anise quite often. But the toastiness, the barrel kind of intensity, not a lot of fruit on that at all. It's like whiskey. Right? This is raw whiskey.
They're not leaning into any of that. Okay. So now, for me, when I taste it, actually, it does match up very well with what we were saying on the nose. It is whiskey. The spice is not coming from those flavors as much as it is coming from the alcohol for me. Because there is a mild, let's say a mild burn, but like it's not that bad at all. But that is something that will hit you.
You'll notice
right at the back,
right?
But it'll hit you right at the back of your palate. Front palate is very easy. Still, let me check. Is this a roundness of flavor or the sharpness?
Shout out to Storyteller Mo. What's happening? Black-owned brands in the building.
So it starts out a little bit sweet on the front palate, but then as it goes back, that's where you get some of the spices, where you get some of the burn. But it's not, and burn is a bad word, but you just get a little bit of that warmth, I guess. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't burn. You just recognize it.
For some palates, though. Especially for 80 proofers, folks who are drinking Jack, maybe even Jameson or what have you, then that's maybe that would be their reaction. Would be their adjective for
it. That is fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so
I just didn't want to steer people away from it. Because it is still something that you can have. I don't think, now it's funny, now that we've tasted 2 of them, this might not be the one that I would take to the kickback per se. Well, hold on. I would take it for something different. This one can stand up to Coke and things like that in a way that the first 2 might not.
Yeah. So for mixing.
So if you're ready to mix, or if you'd like to, I think this one does fine with that. It can punch back in a way that I don't know that the first 2 do very well.
with the punchback.
Yeah, they would like to. They would like to.
Official term, folks.
Right,
Punchback.
right.
Indeed.
They are going to want to be had on their own, I think, so that you can taste them better. But this one can actually stand up to being mixed with some things. Also, the alcohol kind of component is going to come through a little bit more, so it will be. I mean, of course, with it 90 proof, it's going to be a more alcohol forward drink. Still not as much as we would have for your higher proof, which we'll get to closer to the end of this one.
Yeah.
So,
I agree, man. Yeah. So, what's your rating? Let's do that now.
It's okay. I hate that I'm still in a similar place. I'm still in my 7 range, but I'm in my 7 range for a different reason. Because I just think it does what it does well. Let me think. Where do I want to be on this one? Just to make sure it's not the same, let's go split the difference between the first two and let's go 7.25 or something like that.
Okay.
We'll split the difference on that one. But this is different. The first two, if we're gonna talk about the first two, these are ones that are lighter fare because they're lower proof and they're something that you might want to have neat or on the rocks or with a big cube. This one is one you could do that. You're going to want to let that ice kind of linger for a little bit. It'll help it to balance for you. Or you can mix it with Coke or something else sweet, and you can have a nice little quick cocktail for yourself. And I think that's the way this shines.
So you're going 7.25?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.25.
Okay. Well, I love your explanations, man. And your palate, right, is on point. This is the wine guy. He makes wine, right? So of course, he is breaking down the flavors of the whiskeys. Once you start with the wine, it's just hard not to just enjoy the aromas, the flavors,
get heavy into
the
the
finish, and so forth, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So much enjoyment to be had. So I think that this one maybe isn't quite as nuanced and complex. It gives you a high rye bourbon expression with a little bit more of kind of a rusticity about it, right?
Ooh, rusticity. We used our big words today.
Yeah, a little rusticity. R-U.
You know what? We're not going to worry about it.
Leave
that for Aquila, and we will do what we do.
Indeed. So I think it's a whiskey that, as you mentioned, it's one that you'll probably want to taper down a little bit. I would use this as a base, to cocktails.
Yeah.
I think that spiciness, some of the even kind of smoky spice note, the char like of the barrel leads, and the rye component leads. It's not green, which is great.
Right.
I don't get any bell pepper, grassy like characteristics, but it doesn't quite give you the amount of roundness, the fruit, the savory characteristics that will make it as optimal for a sipping experience. But for cocktails, I think it can shine and show out in that.
Now, remember what you said about the Brough Brothers? Brough Brothers. You said a lighter cocktail like a whiskey spritz, something like that. This is definitely leaning old fashioned, very much.
Yeah, for sure.
This is definitely old fashioned.
When you need the whiskey to show out.
Needed to show up. It is definitely old fashioned ready. That is where this will shine.
Absolutely.
That is what you would want with this one.
So true. And so for the Alexander James. Gosh, man, you are Levi at a 7.25.
Because I'm a softie. I don't like rating it too low.
Hey, no, well, I think it's I think that's fair. I think it's a fair rating. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay,
right? I'm dropping a 7 on that.
Nope. I was right there with you.
Yeah, just like with the Brough Brothers. I think they're great in different ways. Like Brough Brothers, some people might find it to be a little too light. But I think the flavors that it has to be so light, they execute well. This one is higher proof. I like that it's higher proof. I like it's rustic. I think that there is enough of an understanding of what grain is used in this bourbon. And it definitely has a place, and it's going to kind of show up. More so in cocktails for sipping. I think it might be just a little bit one-dimensional.
Yep.
But it's a solid whiskey. I give it a 7.
Okay.
A 7 out of 10. Yeah, man.
Look at you. See, I got you softening up. See?
Indeed. How about it? How about it? There it is, folks. It's good times here with my buddy Levi Daniels. He is the owner of co-owner. He and Mike of Hedon State Wines. Absolutely. A DMV favorite right here.
So just in case you're interested, www.hedonstatewines.com. Check us out. If you are on IG, go ahead and hit us up at Hedon State. Give us a follow. We've got some things coming up that we're working on, and so you'll see a lot more from us as the year goes on. So just keep an eye on us.
Beautiful, beautiful. HD, what's happening? Cheers to everyone. Thank you so much, brother. Same to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. For certain. And yeah, let's get at it. What's going on, champ? Champ just joined the building.
So this is next.
Join the show. Yeah, we were at the halfway point. So let me just show off a couple other things, right? Super excited right now because, of course, I mentioned it a bit ago. But if you have not picked up your bottles yet of the Chats Liquors Lost Whiskey Club single barrel cask strength or 90 proof bourbons, they are high rise styles. They're right over 7 years old, and they are special, folks. They're special. Hand bottled by Lost Whiskey Club. Of course, we all know M-Dog Stennett, Matt Stennett. He bottled those up for us. They are drinking extremely well. They were bottled the Friday before Christmas. And literally over this last month that they've been in bottle, when I crack those bottles now, they just are tasting so delicious. Right now, they're on sale. Come on and get them. They are going to be gone this month, you know, our anniversary month, as we celebrate 92 years in business as Chats Liquors, 48 years in my family. Then, yeah.
That is very cool.
We are happy to have our name, Chats, on Lost Whiskey Club bottles for the first time ever. So really cool, really cool, really cool. Thanks so much to everybody at Lost Whiskey Club. And let me just pin that up just a little bit bigger. Go to chatsdc.com to grab your bottles,
For sure.
or come on by in person. Grab them off the shelf.
You get to see the man, the myth, the legend.
Hey, and we can taste a little bit. We're going to definitely share a dram with you if you come on by.
Now, see, that's incentive for you,
right? Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, now I think we also have to just make mention that Civic on 8th is now open. Shout out to Rhonda Lane Fox and the crew over there at Civic. Let's start sharing that screen with you. Civic is a destination, a beverage destination. It is the newest entity to Barracks Row, right here at the corner of 8th and E Street, Southeast Washington, D.C. And it's the brainchild of Rhonda Elaine Fox. Shout out to Rhonda. Thanks so much for bringing the energy and passion to our block. And with her history here on the Hill, of course, coming from Capitol Hill, one of the youngest women chiefs of staff, I think, ever. She's done so much in this city for the nation. Came off the previous or the last campaign, building out the largest women's coalition ever for a presidential campaign. She was the director of women's engagement for the Biden-Harris and then Harris-Walz campaign. And she's not only did magic there and just gathering people, gathering women especially, under the cause, under the banner, really elevating the conversations, right? She now has her own location right here
Nice.
on Capitol Hill, Civic on 8th at 501 8th Street Southeast. And it's a gathering spot, folks. Come out, get your work done. It's a third space. The most amazing coffee. The cocktails coming soon. But right now, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grab a seat. The locations, the spaces, there you can take your option. You can have a community table. You can have, you know, a sofa vibe. You can be in the window and kind of have some high tops or low tops. So pick your space, come early, grab your cappuccino, grab your coffee, and just enjoy yourself for sure. It's such a vibe.
I gotta get down there and do some work.
Yeah, man.
Because I haven't. I usually am in the house too much with the since I get to work from home. But I might have to do that.
Right, absolutely. Please do. Please do. Come on down. All right. Well, we're gonna get back at it, folks. We're gonna get back at it. But just take a look at the space. Yeah, it's cool vibes over there.
Black history every day.
Yeah, man. Indeed. Let's go. Shout out to Nala, who's doing amazing things on that espresso machine. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to find a picture of her like working her magic. And so I think this one might be cool. Yeah. I think she picks up from Nala.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great crew, great staff, folks. They're passionate, they are energetic, they are ready to meet you, they're ready to share their passion in their craft. So kudos to them. All right, back to the whiskey, man. You down with that?
Okay. Yeah, I have no issue.
Let's get back.
I need you to clean out your glass.
I sure do need
so that we can
sip that agua. Water rinse between the sips, everybody.
It is also helpful so that they don't pour us out of this store.
Hey, man, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, as it goes, drink responsibly, people.
That's it. Well, folks, we're doing bourbon, but this is a local producer right here. This is the Arthur Wheeler. Yes. 1932 commemorative Washington Commanders bottling right here, folks. Washington Commanders
the official whiskey.
Authorized their name, logo, and so forth on this whiskey. And this is the first edition right here. They call it first quarter. And we're definitely digging this brand across the board. They not only make fantastic bourbon, but they are also making amazing rum. They
have
vodka,
and they have other expressions as well. Gin,
right?
And they have a few more whiskeys. They have a cash strength. And I forgot what the green one is. There's a green one.
Yeah, maybe single barrel.
Yeah, I can't
maybe
remember.
Single barrel.
I cannot remember.
Or it could be like a bottle and bond, something like that, right? Absolutely. So Arthur Wheeler,
right out there in Upper Marlboro.
Right in Upper Marlboro, absolutely. Yep. 301 and
I've had the pleasure of meeting
more like Central Avenue and 301, right?
Yeah.
Like very close to that.
I had the pleasure of meeting one of the proprietors. Very, very good guys. I haven't been able to make it out to them just yet, but I have enjoyed their whiskey for a while. So I love this expression.
I do as well. I think they're doing such an amazing job with this. They're doing such an amazing job.
So now,
cheers, man.
Cheers.
Like, this is where you're talking about amazing balance, man.
Yes.
I love the balance.
Because
88 proof.
What we got. All right. So again, as this continues to build, so how Bernie curated this. Because this is why you have this afterwards. We started to bring more of the alcohol component in as we got with Alexander James. But we're still getting that, but they have mellowed it and rounded that out in a much more effective way. And we're starting to bring back in some of those sweeter notes that we may have enjoyed about, let's say, Mercer at first. We're starting to bring those back in here, but with a bit more alcohol.
Absolutely. And being a proper bourbon as well, right? As opposed to that Canadian whiskey, right? So yes, indeed. Excited to have this.
So on the nose, On the nose, I'm still getting. We're still small, of course, smelling the alcohol because we're at 88 here, right?
Yep.
So we're still getting the alcohol component and the spice that comes from that, at least on the smell. But we're starting to get caramel. We're starting to get toffee. There is a sweetness, but I don't think I'm still not necessarily getting fruit. But we'll see. Let me see. I'm not getting the fruit, but we'll see if you pick up something and you help me.
Well, I do see, more so the apricot note.
There we go.
Here. Yeah. And also just a little bit of just a hint of a secondary, deeper kind of dried fruit note. Maybe a little bit of rancio like characteristic.
There you go.
Or fig, more so like fig.
Because I had to cleanse my palate. That's why you saw me kind of smelling in my shirt.
Yeah.
I needed to get a smell of something else.
That's an expert right there, though. That's an expert tip right there. Maybe a little bit of just underneath, though.
Yeah,
it's not as heavy and forward.
But it's not. All right, so let me just taste
vanilla in as well. Of course, you hit some. I wouldn't say. I don't know. I'm going with something that's a little bit warmer. But that is the spirit note. I will kind of maybe just leave it at the spirit note because that is an accent of the flavor profile that's not offensive at all because all the other flavors kind of surround it. It just helps to elevate it. Maybe just give a little bit of a flambe to the other flavors.
So now, what is so cool about this is we've gone up in higher proof. But I think that we are still in a similar place as our first two, where we said you can have them neat, or you can have them with, with a big, rock. You could have those things. You could do that with this too. Now the problem is because it is so balanced. I don't know how much. I don't want this in an old fashioned. I want something where I could taste this a bit more. So I'm not quite sure what that is. And I know neither of us are the cocktail people. I wish Mike was here.
I'm not a big cocktail
I wish Mike was here because Mike would school us a little bit. But yeah, I am the type of person that I definitely like my whiskey neat, or maybe on the rocks sometimes. And I think this is excellent to have that way.
Yeah, I'm drinking this neat, but of course it's cocktail friendly as well. But I would say it's the theme here is commanders, right? And so like to really play up on something, to play it up across the board with any type of celebration, especially during the season or what have you. You can pretty much make all your classic cocktails with it without a doubt. It's gonna hold up. But I'm drinking this neat, man. And
I think from a flavor standpoint, it does to me thread the needle in the area very well. So I will say if you understand this region and you understand this area, there's no one whiskey drinker, but I think you can appeal to a broad cross section with this one. And so you can get some of your people, they start to bring in some of the people who are fans of higher proof. But they don't alienate the folks who are maybe a lower proof.
Correct.
And I think it's kind of deft hand that they had with this one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a high rye bourbon. It shows that all. But the layers, you get enough age there that it's almost starting to hit some of those secondary like flavor components. The mature like flavors. So once again, the dried woods, right? A little bit of tobacco. Now starting to come forward, the oak, the kind of spirited wet oak like note, right? That's coming forward, not necessarily just the younger grain like characteristic. But yeah, enough complexity here where it holds you.
There's a mild, if there is any warmth, it is definitely warmth on the back palate.
Yeah.
It does not burn. There is a bit of spice that you will detect on your palate. kind of like weak hot sauce, not in the same vinegary way, but in that leftover burn that you get from, I guess, capsaicin or whatever. But that is what you kind of get on your palate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like this in a simple cocktail though, or just not even a cocktail, maybe mixed drink, something like that.
Yeah.
So very, very simple.
Okay.
So are you going to rate this one first, or do I have to?
No, I'll go ahead.
Cool.
I'll go ahead and rate this one first. And I also like that this is very competitively priced as well.
Yeah,
I would say,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is one of those buys that even with it being
we in the 40-50 range for this?
Man, you know what? I probably shouldn't speak too soon.
Fair. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Just in case, right? They've had a change of heart, and
because I know they've actually
differently since
they've won awards for this one. This one, I think, because when I talked to them last, they had gotten gold for this.
Ooh, see?
They got gold for this, and they got gold for a couple of the other ones.
That's right. Well, I will say it's right about that $50 mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right about that $50 mark, which is super, super fair for something of this quality level.
Yep.
Yeah. It's good. So I'm going 7.5.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm a jump above you as more of a novice in this space. I'm going to say I like it as an 8.
All right.
Let's say you are with this one, you are getting in more to the intermediate zone. This is not necessarily beginner. Not that you couldn't have it as a beginner whiskey drinker.
Right.
I don't know that you appreciate it as much at that point.
Yeah.
So as you get more knowledgeable, as you develop your palate, I think you'll begin to appreciate this a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It's my personal opinion, but yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is. Absolutely, man. It's a good whiskey. We need to get some more of this in. Arthur Wheeler. They're right out here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Mm-hmm. It's actually my hometown right now, right? But Arthur Wheeler
out there in Maryland.
Out there in Maryland. Indeed. Upper Marlboro. But yeah, they do a fantastic little bourbon that is the commemorative official Washington Commanders bourbon. Yeah. And 1932, of course, that's when those Hogs first got started, you know?
Back when they were the Boston Braves or something like that?
How about it?
Yeah, but yeah, that's going way back.
Way back. But, of course, 2 years after that, Chat's Liquors was opened in 1934. So, you know, we go talk about the OGs.
Okay.
Talking about the OGs right now, right?
You know.
Absolutely.
Hashtag legacy.
Amen. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Arthur Wheeler, 1932, Washington Commanders, official bourbon whiskey. 88 proof. Levi gives it an 8. I give it a 7.5. Yep. Folks, it is good stuff. We like it. Yep. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was when I initially had it. I kind of doubted it a little bit. I was like, okay, something that has a team behind it or whatever, and it's not going to be very good.
But when I tasted it, I was
proven
like,
wrong.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Proven wrong. Absolutely. All right. Harbor Wine says Upper Marlboro is, come on now. Absolutely. Let's see the whole thing. Upper Marlboro is where the good stuff is. Amen to that.
Hey,
I love it.
I may know who that is.
Indeed. Shout out to Harbor Wines for sure. Well, folks, Edmond's Honor.
So we are in Edmond's Honor next.
Is going into the Glencairns now as we speak. Shout out to Tracy Franklin. She was here back in November. We want to get her back in the house.
The signature on the bottle.
Oh yeah, she signed that bottle. It's probably a little too far, but
you know what? I might walk it up, and we're going to invade your space real quick.
She is local, so
let's see if we can't put that up in front of you so you can see that. No, you can't because it's going to be too bright. Never mind.
The brightness.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
all these lights, right?
Right.
Creating such a
little bit of glare, but it's okay.
glare. Yeah.
But yeah, she signed it. So that's going to be one that we are not going to let go of. We are going to keep that one.
Indeed. Well, you know, she came by, she signed all the bottles, and I had to open one for the tasting. It was just like, I hate to open it, but you know, the things we do, you know, the sacrifices we make for the enjoyment of all of our community.
Because he's a giving
store owner. Gotta be giving, man. That's what it's all about. But Tracy Franklin fashioned this whiskey in honor of Edmond Albius.
Okay.
Yeah, Edmond Albius, the botanist, the young botanist at the age of 11 or 12.
Yeah, who figured out how to give us a vanilla.
Who pollinated. Yeah, figured out the technique of manually pollinating the vanilla orchid.
Super labor intensive.
Yeah, for sure. And he was about age 12 or so when he figured this out. And so without those efforts, literally,
we do not enjoy that.
We wouldn't have the vanilla flavor profile, the extract and so forth that we have today as a seasoning that the everyday human being can enjoy. Mm-hmm. It would only be for the very wealthy, right? Yes. The very affluent individuals in the world enjoying the flavor vanilla, which we all enjoy. I think we've kind of become so accustomed to it. We take it for granted sometimes.
We do.
Indeed.
Because it is a super duper expensive, right up there. Well, not right up there with saffron, but
yeah,
it's expensive like that. If you get the
who is it? Who's the major vanilla?
Madagascar.
Morton.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the name of that brand? Whatever.
Oh,
but this is Madagascar vanilla, right? So we'll talk about the whiskey. Forget the baking. So Tracy marries this bourbon with cognac casks that previously held Madagascar vanilla.
Shrewd.
Yeah. How about it? I mean, you got to put the pinky up for this one. Yeah. And you're talking about cocktail friendly, but you got to be creative with this one.
Right. Because it's got some, on the nose, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're getting the floral aspect that we talked about.
Spices, the vanilla, the savory note.
But not as heavy on alcohol. What proof are we at this one?
We are 86. Am I right on that? 86 proof.
Okay.
So 43% alcohol. So we are kind of coming back down in alcohol a bit. Yeah. But I think we're getting more savory as well. The texture is elevating because this gets finished in cognac casks, the Limousin French oak. That
Limousin?
Limousin.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit that to us?
Yeah, it's the forest that a lot of this French oak is
where it comes from.
Yep, it's from that they age cognac in. So it's Limousin oak. Looks like limousine. Those we were talking about, those French,
French words,
right? Exactly. So it looks like limousine. Limousine oak. I want limousine
off camera conversations. So we can't talk about that. But yeah.
Indeed. But the spices, the floral nature, the herbs, very light herbs. The citrus, I get like orange spice.
I got essence.
Orange zest essences and orange bitters, like note. Wow. The cinnamon. It's all there, man.
But none of that star anise that we talked about in the earlier, none of that clove sort of thing, but definitely the cinnamon comes up. Having sipped it, we are not getting the sharpness or the structure that you talked about. Because earlier, before we started, we were talking about rye versus wheated, and wheated bourbons or whiskeys having more of a structure. I interpret that, and getting a little bit of this from Bernie, as more of more dry on the finish.
Yeah,
this is not that. This is definitely rounded out.
Yep.
This is definitely seems to coat the entire palate. It is much sweeter, not sugary, but it has a sweeter kind of component or composition more than Arthur did, but it still has a lot of that same character.
Probably closest to the first one, right?
Okay.
When it comes to the plush, more broad mid palate.
Yep.
Right.
I do detect more of the orange that you were talking about, though I actually get that on the as I drink it, as I taste it. It's subtle. It's not going to like be in your face, but it's definitely there.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is one of those whiskeys that has been built into obtaining a flavor dynamic that's almost like a cocktail
on its own,
right? Like you put a rock in this,
I think I'm fine.
And you almost have something that is as enjoyable as an old fashioned.
Yep.
Right. And just based on how Tracy Franklin built this whiskey into something more than just the component of bourbon that she's using, but specifically going after that cognac cask that represents a Madagascar vanilla aging. Beautiful.
And I think it does give more of the effect of cognac, and sort of it has a certain creaminess, a fullness on the palate. It is different than what we had prior. Whereas this one kind of hit us a little bit more with the alcohol. This one tapers that off. This one does it more still and says, let's taper a little bit of that alcohol off. Let's raise up the sweetness a little bit. So I do think this goes well in an old fashioned, because an old fashioned is going to complement that kind of sweet aspect in a way. I think it could.
But man, the levels of spices that I'm getting from the flavor, especially on the finish.
Yeah.
Just like, are the bitters already in there? It's like a high rye bourbon plus some bitters already there.
That's very
the vanillins and so forth. Like, this will be really interesting just with a cube.
I love it. Yeah.
And a little twist of orange essence, right?
Like,
just on that note alone,
it would be good.
It could be interesting.
You would have a nice time with that, just sipping and enjoying that.
Absolutely that.
And it's funny where you said the Brough Brothers is more springtime. This one is flexible. This is more anytime.
I would say.
I think I can go anytime during the year with this. I could do a whiskey smash in this if I wanted to. If I just want to keep it kind of simple and kind of fun. I could also get elevated. I could do a good old fashioned with this, and I think I'm good there too. And I think it operates well at different times of year. So at least if I'm gonna stop yapping so much, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, no, you have the floor because your ratings first.
Ooh.
Am I right on that?
Yeah, no, it's my turn. No, you're right. You're right. I'm just nervous, and I don't want to.
Indeed, no, you in the hot seat, brother.
I want to stay at an 8 with this one. I want to put it up there right next to Arthur Wheeler.
Okay,
but for different reasons.
Indeed.
I do like the component. I do like how I can take it from something very simple to something more complex from a drink or cocktail standpoint. I think it is a more complete product than some of the ones that we've had prior outside of Arthur.
Okay.
So that's why I want to give it an 8, because I want to denote that I've enjoyed this one a bit more than even the first 3 that we had. And I still enjoyed those very much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic. And I agree with you in pretty much with everything that you said, because I'm going to match my Arthur Wheeler rating as well at 7.5. Okay. Right? Absolutely.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. I like it as much as Arthur Wheeler, but for different reasons. Now, I'm not, as we've been discussing, necessarily a cocktail
person.
Yeah. Finishes, I do enjoy some finishes within the whiskey realm and landscape. There's so many more options out there these days when it comes to how bourbon is finished, how American whiskey is finished, right?
Okay.
Where at one time it was like mostly single malt Scotch, right? That underwent wine finishes like sherry or port, Balvenie, drop that Caribbean cast finish, rum cast finish,
I have a tendency to like
and
those.
so forth and so on. But bourbon over the last 10 years, especially, has really started to get into, I would say 5 to 10 years, started getting into finishing bourbon whiskeys and rye whiskeys in a more unique fashion. And so with that said, it just gives you more options, right? And Edmond's honor, I think Tracy, over the number of batches that she has done, she's really dialing it in super well. She has improved, I would say, with the recipe, and it's pretty spot on nowadays. About similarly priced to something like a Arthur Wheeler, right? But with all these extra, finishes,
you could have both of them in your collection.
It's a fun combination. It's fun also just tasting them back to back, right? Yep. The most enjoyment that I have in tasting whiskey is doing what we're doing right now. Being with your bro, your crew, right? Your network, and lining some things up, right? And tasting and enjoying the various flavors, and not just drinking on one item, engaging with what you're drinking. Engage with what you're drinking by having the conversations, switching it up, right?
Because that's what this is
go
for.
Through the flight and make it start over. Find your favorites, and make it fun. So shout out once again to Tracy Franklin, Edmond's Honor, a Black woman-owned brand and creator. I mean, she has done something quite amazing with this, and it's a bottle that commemorates and pays honor to a guy, Edmond Albius, a young botanist at not even a teenager, 12 years old. He figured out how to manually pollinate the vanilla orchid so that now we can more mass produce the vanilla extract. And so it's a fun product. It's 86 proof. Levi gives it an 8 out of 10. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And it's good. It's worth acquiring. We'll have more on our shelves soon. Indeed. Yeah. Every time I taste it, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good, man.
I had it probably a year ago. We were at a festival, and one of the I think it was a gentleman who was a distributor or a fellow liquor store owner.
He had it. Clyde?
Yes. Yeah, well, no, his partner. That was brother Ellington Felton.
Okay.
So we were out with him. He was emceeing an event that we were at, and he introduced me and Mike to it. And that was the first place I had it. And I enjoyed it very much. They are, of course, just fellow aficionados in this space with us. So kudos to them as well.
Indeed. And Jay Mons, what's up, bro? I see that you are joining us on the YouTube, and indeed, he's repping up that Southeast.
Yes, indeed.
Southeast. Let me say that correctly.
That is yes, with the F. And please include the F.
Yeah,
even though we have spelled it correctly here, please include that.
Indeed, for sure. But welcome. I owe you a phone call, bro. By the way, I really do. For certain. All right, let's get back at it.
Okay.
With the finale, I'm going to add it to the stage. I'm going to go ahead and put it a little bit larger right now. It is indeed a product from the one and only Uncle Nearest Distillery out of Tennessee. Uncle Nearest, we know them for their Tennessee whiskeys, which are pretty much bourbons. But they undergo a filtration process that the gentleman that this bottling commemorates, or the brand commemorates, Uncle Nearest, aka Nathan Green, he coined way back in the mid 1800s, set the stage for all Tennessee whiskeys, in that this corn forward bourbon recipe undergoes a charcoal filtration before it goes into barrel.
And so
It's a charcoal mellowing process. And
and
they call it the Lincoln County style. Now, of course, we have loved Uncle Nearest for the last 8 years now that they've been around. Going on 9 years. 9 years. I think we're entering into their 9th year.
So I want to highlight something that I learned from a food historian and also I believe a DC native or area native, Michael Twitty, explained that the carbon filtration is also something that is very much prevalent or was very much prevalent in West Africa, where many of the people of African descent in this particular hemisphere would have come from. So
Indeed.
Uncle Nearest is continuing a tradition that probably is far older than he was at that particular point.
Absolutely. And I did learn that as well from Western Africa. They used the sugar, beet, maple, charcoal to filter their water. I mean, if you're going to exist, be the oldest people on the planet, of course, you know how to, although we aren't in contemporary, lifestyles that we enjoy today where we're all drinking bottled water, right? You have to fend for yourself. You have to obtain your own water source. You build a community. You have to learn how to survive. And that was done for millennia. And so some of these processes probably date back way before
super old
Uncle Nearest. And so these are generational centuries of techniques that fortunately made its way to the Americas because we use charcoal filtration now these days and
all over Tennessee.
What we're enjoying even these bottled waters. I mean, all these Brita filters. So we got to shout out those Western Africans, our forefathers, who had that skill set that literally probably place in more ways than they'll ever get credit for. But that literally became the Lincoln County style, aka the Tennessee style. And of course, we recognize Nathan Green as the first distiller on record for Jack Daniels Distillery.
So kudos for him for being a good steward of that tradition.
Absolutely. Indeed. And that said, shout out as well to the one and only Fawn Weaver, Keith Weaver. Fawn heard this story over 8 years ago now. I think it was more like 9 or 10 years ago, and put together this brand in light speed, and it has become one of the fastest growing. It is the most awarded whiskey brand in the world. Definitely in this country. I want to say in the world as well. And check them out. Support Uncle Nearest. You probably have seen or heard them in the news nationally, as 2025 especially has been one of the most challenging years in the wine and spirits market, period.
For sure.
Every company, every large company has certainly undergone stress when it comes to financials, sales, inventory, productions. They've scaled back on production. Jim Beam even closed down a whole.
Them and a few others, I thought.
A whole freaking rick house, right? A whole facility. And so it's huge. It's huge. And of course, being a Black-owned small production representing an African-American gentleman who was a slave, but a Black woman-owned brand on top of that. There's a lot of news and a lot of
there's
information floating out there right now.
There's a lot of chatter
that unfortunately, we're all kind of glued to the papers, to the streams, the posts, and everything to find out what's going to happen. But at the same time, kudos to Fawn for having the audacity,
absolutely,
to bring this brand to light and to bring it to $1 billion valuation in literally 8 years, folks.
And I mean, outside of that, outside of some of the controversy and all of that, it's still a damn good whiskey. First and foremost. So getting into some of what I'm getting from this, we're bringing the fruit back in, despite it being much higher proof than even, well, not much higher. I'm too much with that, but
it is higher proof though.
We are at 100 proof versus the 90 that was Alexander James. And so, yes, when we smell it, we are definitely getting the alcohol notes. So it lets us know that it's there, but we are starting to bring back in more of the fruits like cherry. We are starting to, it is starting to round out. And I think we are starting to get back to the green that you were talking about.
Okay. Of the rye, like a little bit of grassy.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not, that's at the back.
Yeah.
It is holding up all the other ones.
Yeah.
But
yeah. A little bit of maybe like moss, something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's fine and fresh. Like you're out in the garden. You're out in the
yeah. So
you're out in your backyard a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But this whiskey was actually distilled in Canada, brought to the U.S. where Fawn finished the whiskey in used Uncle Nearest barrels.
Yep.
So this is the third of 3 whiskeys that are on the tasting table that has had a finishing process.
Yeah.
Dual oak aging, right? And so while it's Canadian distilled and the primary aging happened there, they do increase the character of the whiskey, similar to the Mercer and Prince. The first whiskey that we started with, which was Canadian as well, it was finished in Mizunara cask. This is finished in used American oak cask.
And so we're not imparting as much of that oak flavor. Now, this part I do know a bit more about because of the wine aspect. But with it already being used, we're not leaching as much of that character, even though it's higher proof. So if we put this in new oak, my God, it might be super spicy. But in this case, I think, at least from a nose perspective, because I of course haven't tasted it yet, it's more subtle. It's definitely it's got some sweetness to it still, despite it being higher proof. So I'm gonna segue and let you go ahead, and I'm gonna taste.
Indeed, enjoy. Well, let's bring that 100 proof big time. The spices are there for it being a Canadian rye, where usually Canadian rye will be so much softer. Like this one has elevated the spiciness. You also elevate the texture and so forth. The proof point at 100 right now, that first sip, especially coming from that kind of sweeter vanilla finished product, is like, was atomic candy like spice, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. That is a good
high
analogy
level
right
spice, cinnamon spice.
But that is what you get on the back. It's
red.
Right at the back of your palate. It starts out on the front, very round, very chill, and then we make a sharp turn.
Right. Now the crazy thing about it is that I've never tasted it like this. It's never displayed itself like this before. And it's likely just how we've had it lined up in this occasion. Usually it goes a little bit more textured, a little more tapered when it comes to the ABV, not as much spice. But I would get, and I saw it in the nose a little bit, but I would usually get a little bit more of kind of a nuttiness.
I did not get that.
Peanut brittle, kind of what do they call it? Werther's, toffee, and so forth. That's what my expectation was.
And I did not really get that this time.
At all. At all. At all. But this was one from 12/15/22. Yeah, right. That is a and this one is from 10/28/22. And so I don't know about these batches and how they do that, or if that was just when they printed the bottle, or when they actually produced the product. But it could be neat tasting between these two bottles here, because once again, that's a unique intensity there that once again I really been getting in the past.
So now at first I said on the back of your palate. Now for me, it is that spice is right there in the mid palate, but it is more of a burn than warmth, like I was indicating with, let's say, either Alexander James or with Arthur Wheeler. Oddly enough, though, this does not come across as alcohol forward to me as Alexander James did.
Right.
It is higher proof, so of course it is there, and so as you drink it, you can start to feel it come back up through your nasal passages, and it just lets you know it's there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not actually. What is interesting is I like it, of course, a bit better than the Arthur James, but not as much as Arthur Wheeler right now. Or it's right there, probably in the same place as Edmonds. Kind of, but yeah, maybe less than Edmonds right now. If I've had them since I had them together. So I think that is probably going to be my third favorite out of the higher proof ones.
Yeah, because Arthur and Edmond for you were the same.
Yeah,
same rating, right?
Yep.
Wow.
So
okay, so now from this bottling, let's pour you a little bit there as well. While the spirit note is still there, I do get a little bit more of that peanut brittle like note in the background, which is usually my expectation for this particular product. I sometimes get that across the board in some Tennessee whiskeys, especially like George Dickel, right? And this one usually shows it off to me as well for some reason.
You know what? That changed it for me.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's different.
That was different.
Yeah, quite different. So this,
now it's leaning more to where that balance that Arthur Wheeler had. Okay.
Different batches, but much less alcohol.
It's not alcohol. Yeah, that didn't
much less, and that's the sweet spot there.
Okay.
And of course, this was the second bottle that we just had. I've opened that more recently.
Okay.
Probably when Paul was here.
Okay.
And this other bottle, I don't know. That's been hanging out. It's been hanging out for a while. Although they both say 2022, so I don't know what that's about.
That's fine. It was allowed to get rid of itself for a little while longer.
Yeah. But that second bottle was much better in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I would agree.
You know, I do think it's fun. They were able to give it a little bit more oomph, you know, by finishing it in used Uncle Nearest barrels, and so that is a plus. But it's still Canadian rye. And I'm not sure if I'm like necessarily the biggest Canadian whiskey fan out there, but there's some neat, cool climate. I didn't want to say cool climate. Some neat, cool climate whiskeys coming out of Canada that folks are bottling up. Various expressions, whether they're higher rye, they're higher corn profiles, or what have you, that are fun, but they certainly do have a different energy than American whiskeys. Of course, shout out to the entity that made the Canadian American marriage work best. That is Whistle Pig. Right? Whistle Pig made that thing happen back in the day with rye whiskey. Made it happen. And having Uncle Nearest kind of maybe follow suit and bringing down the Canadian whiskey and then finishing it in an American barrel. Although it's not a new barrel, it's a used barrel, but still it gives it some legs.
Can I ask you, would you want this neat? Would you want this on the rocks? Would you want this in a cocktail?
I would have to say that for this one, I would probably want to play around with this one in a cocktail. If I had in a cocktail, then I'm like, okay, this is fun. I will say I wasn't a big fan of this expression when it initially a rye.
Okay.
It took me a while to kind of get into the mood to appreciate and understand where they were going, just because my expectation was for American rye. When I initially had them, like, what is this?
This is not that.
Because it didn't taste as forward as an American rye. It's crazy that the spice note is more elevated now.
Yeah.
These bottles have been open for a bit, and so that might be just one of those things that I was talking about before. Like once you start to get down to the last, quarter or below, then there's oxidative characteristics where some of the youthfulness might blow off. You get down to the core, intense flavors. Both of these are a bit more rye spice forward.
Yeah.
When you crack these bottles initially, they're much sweeter, much more savory, much more kind of peanut brittle, nutty in that realm. But I'm seeing it in a new light right now. So we have to judge it though on what it's expressing. How it's expressing itself right now though. We have to judge it on that.
So like, all right, so the first bottle we had, I would love that in a cocktail or some sort of mixed drink all day, every day, because of the alcoholic kind of component.
Okay.
I don't mind that. When the second one you gave me, I don't mind in a rocks glass. I don't mind that that way. I think you get more. The second one, for some reason, comes across way more balanced, and so I don't mind having that in a mixed drink. But you're going to tinker with that one. So the same way that you said that we have all of these complex components,
right,
in Edmond's honor, you have that in the second bottle that we had.
Yeah.
Not the first. The first one comes across as a nicer expression of Alexander James. This one comes off as a nicer expression of Edmond's honor. Or
you think nicer?
Stronger. Sorry.
Stronger, okay.
Not, I don't want to say nicer, but nicer because they're able to do that with a higher proof alcohol.
Yeah.
They're able to accomplish the same thing in a higher proof alcohol.
Yep. Okay, got you on that. I agree. Because we jumped from 86 proof
to 100,
all the way up to 100 proof,
and it's still
proof points higher
on that second bottle. Though they still had a very deft hand. They still had some balance. That for whatever we got out of the last bit of this first bottle was like, okay, alcohol. This is
Indeed.
liquor.
Indeed.
Likkah.
Yes, sir.
Just saying.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, let's judge off the second bottle.
Okay, so
because that's the most recent bottle. Yeah. And do I have? Okay, I think I'm up.
Oh yeah, good. So I'll have to do it. Okay,
all right,
that works.
So for the second bottle of Uncle Nearest Straight Rye Whiskey, 100 proof. I dig where it is. It's Canadian whiskey. It is finished in Uncle Nearest cask. I probably would still say that it's more cocktail for me.
Okay.
I am going to have to go off of this particular bottle that I'm drinking right now.
For sure.
Now, when I opened this bottle, I said, ooh, I probably liked it more than I had liked it in the past.
Okay.
Probably would have got a 7.5.
Okay.
Fall was here, it would have got an easy 7.75 just because the vibe was right.
Okay. Okay.
But right now, 7.25.
Okay.
7.25. So this is not my highest rating tonight.
Right. I'm going to be in a similar place as you, but I'm not going to go as low because I tend to err a little bit on the higher side.
Yeah.
So I want this to be somewhere between the 8 that I enjoy and the 7.5 that I also enjoy. So I'm gonna go 7.75.
Boom.
On this one, split the difference.
There it is. There it is. Oh man, that's golden. That's golden and fun, folks. It's the Uncle Nearest rye.
That rye expression.
Absolutely, 100 proof. Brought down from Canada.
Potent.
And placed into American oak barrels that initially held Uncle Nearest Tennessee premium whiskey. And shout out to Fawn Weaver. Shout out to Keith Weaver.
Yes.
Shout out to Victoria Edie Butler, the great granddaughter or so of Uncle Nearest,
Oh,
aka Nathan Green. She is the
yes.
master blender. Her name is on every bottle
All right.
of Uncle Nearest whiskey because she is the one that signs off on it.
Kudos.
Good stuff. Levi gives it a 7.75.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.25,
Mhm.
and it's definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely.
We ran a little bit of a sale on it recently,
Okay.
and whenever we can do that and kind of give it to you at a price point that makes it cocktail friendly, we will do it.
Yeah.
But it's a premium product. I mean,
It
it's
is.
a double barrel product. It's an Uncle Nearest product,
Yeah.
and it's fun. I will say that fresh cracks are better than how they drink after you get down past the
So another question for
1/5
you,
or
though.
1/4 mark and just leave it for months. The fresh crack is best.
So another question for you, though, because remember we talked about these two being very good for the kickback. Take this with your friends.
Yeah.
It's not too heady. It's not hard to understand.
Correct.
For your people who may be entry to mid-level.
Correct.
Do we do that with this, or do we want people who have more of an understanding of whiskey, or more of an appreciation, not an understanding, but a more of an appreciation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We do this for those who have more of an appreciation for the whiskey, and we do this for people who also have a bit more of an imagination.
Okay.
Who would love to build a cocktail or experience around the whiskey.
Okay.
Right. So whether it's like, okay, we're going to enjoy this one, but we're going to marry it with like a medium cigar, right? Or we're going to have this with a meal. I'm going to maybe find some flavors in here that are accented, that I can accent in like one of the last final courses in a dinner, or we're going to make a cocktail with it that can highlight some of the spices from this.
Yeah.
And maybe integrate, especially it's wintertime, some of this Canadian roots, maybe a little bit of a maple something going on or what have you. So yeah, this is for the creatives. It's someone who's able to kind of envision something cocktail or pairing wise that can be greater than just kind of pouring it in the glass and having it that way, because it's not the least expensive whiskey on the table. It is actually the most expensive whiskey on the table. So
So I don't typically want to do cocktails with something like that.
Yeah.
Because I want to enjoy it the way it is. But you could. You certainly could. It is going to be a nicer cocktail. I think the higher proof gives you some flexibility, though.
Yeah.
So you can play around with it. You can incorporate some other components and still not take away from what you want, which is you want an alcoholic drink. You want something that's going to give you that fun feel, and this will allow you to do that and have some other things incorporated with it. These two you cannot. They're far too low proof in some respects.
Yeah.
To really do that unless you just like a low proof cocktail. Yeah. You can come up to here. These two have some interesting flavors where you could have them with or without. Coming back into the rye, we can still do the same thing, but this is certainly more assertive because of the higher alcohol component. We're getting more spice. You could do an old fashioned with this. I might have a lighter hand with the bitters.
Yeah.
And I might go a little bit heavier on the sugar. Yeah. I might, depending on what your taste is. Okay. I might go a little heavier with the sugar, and this can stand up to that. Which one is that? That's for the rye.
Okay.
Yep. It can stand up to going a little heavier with the sugar.
Indeed.
Some of the other ones, no.
Right.
You're gonna overshadow those.
Right. All right. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Yo, this has been fun, everybody.
Good.
Levi, man, I'm so happy that you stopped by.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
You created the inspiration for today's tasting.
I'm glad.
The first tasting of February.
Yes.
2026. We launch. Whiskey Wednesday in February, Black History Month, our first tasting. Not only do we have a Black-owned winery being represented here with Hedon State, which Levi and his partner, his brother, Michael own. Michael Good. Michael Good. Yep. Levi Daniels, Michael Good own Hedon State Winery. They produce beautifully crafted, thoughtful, eclectic wines of Virginia. So
no eclectic wines for us.
No,
so
spell eclectic.
I shouldn't, but I do know how. But yeah. So as we said before, check us out, www.hedonstatewines.com. Check us out on Instagram. We've got some things coming up in the next few weeks and in the months ahead. So just keep tabs on us. There's some few things that we're gonna want to introduce to you, and then also too, coming up soon, as soon as we can schedule it. We're gonna have another tasting here. We had you were home to our first in store. So when we first, because this was shortly after we started. I think you were our first in store. So this will definitely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
he's dropping news on me.
So yeah,
wow.
This was a great place. This was a great place for us to really get started.
Indeed. So that's brilliant. Indeed, bro. Come on now. I love what you all are doing, and keep it up.
Yes, indeed.
We're gonna have you back. Can't wait to do so. Of course, now. I have to also think about other experiences, that we can have within, the sharing your wines with all of the community, right?
For sure, we got.
And I definitely think that, with our space, shout out Rhonda Lane Fox, her creation, Civic. We
can have a good time there.
Oh man, an opportunity to really sit back and enjoy Civic on 8th. That would be a great time. It's such a special place. It's just open. Tomorrow will be 1 week. Open last Thursday, and tomorrow will be another Thursday.
Congratulations!
Indeed.
Congratulations!
Well, I should say they open. They open. Like I'm just the help. I sweep the floors. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm just the help. I just sweep the floors.
Okay. Well, look.
But it's a sexy space, a very sexy space. Oh my gosh, truly. And it's coffee, folks, by day, and literally, Swings Coffee is doing their things. Of course, it was the old Ophelia's Fish House. You can still see the fish on the walls and everything in its raw form. And as we sift through, you all need to see this a little bit bigger. I'm so sorry, everybody. Goodness gracious. Let's go back. So it was the old Ophelia's Fish House, and beautiful wood paneling all over that place. I mean, such an investment, and then it becomes moody and beautiful. I think this picture just misses the darker floors. Shout out to M-Dog Stinnett, who joined the live. He and I down there, man, on now, getting that floor ready, getting the mood right. But Civic on 8th, folks, it's active. It is live. It is loaded and ready to see you. Swings Coffee, shout out to them. A DC coffee provider since 1916. They've been around. So even before Chat's Liquors, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay.
So check out Civic on 8th. Their website is salonforthecity.com. All right, but outside of that, look out to our post when Hedon State will be in the house for wine tasting. Hopefully we can make that happen for Black History Month here, if your schedule allows.
I think
just scheduled not this Friday, but the following Friday, the 13th. Abasola, Miss Abasola herself of Abasola Whiskey will be in the house, and it's going to be fun. It's always fun with her.
Now, we would have loved to have also had her up here in this suite of tasting.
Literally.
but we did not have that with us. So
yeah. We
So,
drink
yeah.
those bottles. We drink Aposola way too fast, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Have
So-
an open bottle and then it's like it's gone.
right.
Right. So try to do something on Whiskey Wednesday and no Aposola. So bring some Aposola.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. And look at that. Back off that, Uncle Nearest, right? Yeah. Product of Canada, indeed. It is a product of Canada. It is distilled in Canada, brought to the US and finished there. So to HD, hey man, I so appreciate you always joining in. And you are welcome anytime that you're in the city to come on over and hang out with us over here at Chats in Washington, D.C. And shout out to everybody who's joined us in the Instagram Live, Facebook Live, so forth and so on. We're going to sign out. We're going to see you in 7 days, if not 4. Happy Whiskey Wednesday, everybody. Please, if you're in the DMV, still remain safe. The snow is still out there. The ice is still out there.
And it's still very cold.
Yeah, it's very cold still. But hopefully we'll get some warm weather that helps to
It's coming. It's
dry
coming.
things out a little bit over up here on Capitol Hill and in the DMV. And so we're going to see you. He stated in Chats. It's always a brilliant
Thank you, guys.
time.
Appreciate you.
See everybody.
All right.
Cheers. Be safe out there.
Oh, this was dope.
Make sure to hydrate, everybody. Stay hydrated.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. I had a good time.
That was fun.
I had a real good time.